Hello and welcome to Fresh Face One Shots. My name is Joey.
And I'm Jacob.
And today we are continuing Batman, the Brave and the Bold. Wow, I loved this month's issue.
Also, issue 12. The book's been going on for a year.
Yeah. Somehow it has made its way here. Honestly, anthologies in regular monthly comics publishings just don't survive much these days, and to know that it's going this long is really nice. So yeah, it's great to have. We are finishing Batman Mother's Day this time, and turns out Artemis, the Poison Within is actually going on for at least one more. I forget exactly how many more parts it is, but that's cool.
However, we did get confirmation on one of my theories that it was going to
Yes. Yeah. I'm loving that. And then actually, we also have some fantastic solo stories. We have Black and White as well as always. So yeah, let's jump right into this with Batman Mother's Day Part 3. Okay, so Jacob.
Yes.
Maps is totally going to show up in current regular Batman comics, right?
I hope so.
I hope so. I need it to happen. I think that's what the end of the story is heavily implying, and I could see this getting like this 3-part story getting like republished as like a single issue to like put on the shelves to like, be like, hey, like start here for this. Spoilers, new Robin. Because
new official Robin.
This is like official, like called by Batman Robin, and like I think that's great.
If I had one complaint about this story, I was hoping for just a little more vampire Bruce Wayne, because
I think there is a reasonable amount. The first page alone is fucking hilarious. I really love just the interaction on this first page is really fun. And the way the dog comes after Bruce, then really fun opening. And actually a very just in general, just a very like action oriented part of the story. Minimal dialogue, but really cool for like where the story was at, I think, at this point. Maps swoops in during Bruce's tirade, vampire Bruce's tirade, takes him into an ambulance, which is obviously being driven by Alfred, because of course it is, and we take Maps to the Batcave, and like I really love these interactions here. I love seeing Maps in the Batcave, her seeing like the Batman suit there, and I just. This is it. Bruce says that Maps needs a suit. Alfred's already on it. And Maps is Robin. Like, Maps is just full-time Robin here. Looks great in the costume. Works really well in the story. I need more of this dynamic. This excites me so much, and I really hope this isn't another one of those Brave and the Bold stories that just kind of disappears the second it's over. Because I need to see this continue.
I mean, knowing that the writer and artist Carl Kerschel created Map, and has, always used Maps, I wouldn't be surprised. I know you suggested mainline Batman. I'd be surprised if Kerschel gets a book. Like,
that'd be cool. That'd be way cool. Yeah. Actually, yeah, just a book about Maps, like with her headlining it. Like, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Because, this is also one of those stories that's been it's not necessarily set in like current continuity. Like, it's in continuity, but it's not like current present day.
It could be. They don't specify.
Yeah, they don't specify. This could be a thing that just like.
Actually, I'm wrong. I forgot about something. But you don't know a certain thing yet, because you're not caught up on current Batman things. So we're not going to talk about that right now.
Okay.
I forgot about something. Okay, we're going to move on. So it can't be present day for a certain reason, but we'll talk about that on the main podcast at some point.
Okay.
Yep. Don't worry. You'll see. You'll see eventually.
Now I'm confused. What?
Yeah, don't worry. I know it seems like a totally normal Batman story. It's not. It's just not.
Well, I will say, I also, we're dealing with a mythic creature here. Like, I don't know. Like, you get mythic creatures in Batman, but like, I always find it fascinating when Batman does mythic creatures, because it's not always. It's hard to make that vibe work, and Kerschel makes it work.
Oh, totally, yeah. Especially like portraying Bruce in the way that he's portrayed here, like when he's in full Batman costume, like the way these panels are drawn and his like fight with the mother in the end. I love this. It looks fitting somehow. They make it work. They really do.
Also, the fact that Maps is the one that like ends up narrowing down what this thing is just, I don't know, fantastic. It's like Maps' dynamic with Bruce and just sort of her place as like particularly peppy as a Robin, and pretty happy. It works really well.
Yeah.
I think it also helps that like it seems she wouldn't be living at the manor full time, and we wouldn't be retreading a lot of the same ground as the other Robin. I guess you could be retreading some ground if Tim in the 90s is balancing Robin and having a home life, but I think Maps as a character works like really well. And I do definitely want to go back and read Gotham Academy.
Yeah, totally. I kind of want to put it on the main podcast schedule at some point because
you probably should. And
I really should. I'm
sure that's a thing we could like just slip in somewhere when there's time because it's
totally.
I believe it's probably pretty isolated, being a.
I think there are some tie-ins to the Endgame story from the end of Scott Snyder's Batman run, but obviously you've read that.
So that stuff we've already covered, so we're good.
Exactly. So and by the way, you should check out that episode, because check out all of our Scott Snyder Batman episodes, because I think they're some of our best discussions. But anyway, we defeat the mother thing, and
the ending is utterly tragic
because Bruce, being Bruce Wayne, realizes that he can't get close to Isla, and so he makes Bruce Wayne publicly seen with a model on a yacht, and
which again makes this feel very set in the past for Bruce. Like,
but I love this inner monologue. I'm calling her Robin now, almost against my better judgment, but her instincts are good, and she's keen to learn. We'll see. Oh God, that's so good. I love it. Can't wait. I need more. Give me more, please.
Please.
In short, trying to get Bruce Wayne to say mother for 20 pages straight. Moving on to our next one. What is it called again?
Left Unsaid.
By Rob Levin.
Okay. It's
did not expect this.
It's both false face, like.
And fucking Gentleman Ghost.
And False-Face, correct me if I'm wrong, False-Face, isn't that like a character created for the Adam West Batman TV show?
I believe so. I know there is a comic version of False-Face. Or, wait, hang on, I could be wrong. Hang on, I'm trying to think of it now, because I think it might have gone that they wanted to use, I think, Clayface
like
in the Adam West show.
Clayface.
And then they didn't do Clayface, but they just made him False-Face. Okay, I think that might have been it actually. I could be wrong. I don't have. I forgot to research it before this. But yeah,
this entire story is let's take some Silver Age concepts and then make a genuinely touching story.
Yeah. First off, we have a friend that loves Gentleman Ghost based on vibes alone. Do you know who that is, Jacob?
Who likes Gentleman Ghost based on vibes alone?
Brian Corrigan.
Oh God! One of these days.
I remember when I started doing the comic dubs on the channel, and he was like, "Dude, if you do anything with Gentleman Ghost, let me play him."
God, that is so Brian. It hurts.
Yeah. Anyway, Brian's a lovely man. Check out his things, I guess. Anyway,
Breaking Brian coming back to Blood.
Breaking Brian is coming back very soon. I'm uploading it literally as we're recording this. And actually, it might be out already. The new episode.
It probably will be if you're uploading it now.
Yeah. So I think it'll be up tomorrow as of recording this. So sorry, the time recording and editing timelines are weird. Anyway, so basically, False-Face impersonates the wrong person in Gentleman Ghost's eyes, and so he's made by Gentleman Ghost to go make it right, and in convincing this young woman of False-Face's previous shenanigans, comes face to face with the actual person that False-Face is impersonating. It's a weird story, but touching, as you said, and I really enjoyed it. It's a really fun little story to have in here. It's a good time. Yeah. Then bringing us into part 3, apparently not the last part, of Artemis, the Poison Within by Delilah S. Dawson.
I thought this was supposed to be just a 3-parter, but
I thought it was as well, but I'm not complaining, especially given where this part ends.
Oh, yeah, so I'm like,
very excited to see more. Great plug for our other one-shots, because check it. We've been covering Wonder Woman by Tom King, and it's it's kind of important here, actually. Artemis, having gone through her weird hallucinations and her poisoning, is now face to face with the U.S. Army, and they are after her because, well, hey, if you're not caught up on Wonder Woman, currently the United States and a lot of the world kind of hates Amazons at the moment, and Artemis is obviously a target because of that. We get some great. We get a great action scene here between Artemis and these soldiers, culminating in this really interesting scene where she's face to face with this leader of these soldiers, and she actually is captured. And that is where this particular part of it ends. But I'll be really curious to see if how much this will have to actually do with the Wonder Woman run going forward, but also if Tom King is going to include anything from this in his run.
I feel like there might be some crosstalk happening, just because that's what it feels like. Because this part 3 feels like a transitory part in moving towards a conclusion in a lot of ways. Because like parts 1 and 2 were very much character exploration. This is very much. I mean, there's still character exploration, but this is very much action.
Yeah.
Moving into action, ideas around being kind of, heavy in a lot of ways. It's also very much taking a decent chunk of its cues with the way the U.S. Army is characterized in the way that Tom King has been characterizing the U.S. Army in.
Most definitely. That fucking moment when she's like, I'm not an American, and he's like, well, there, he fucking like tosses American soil in her face, and it's just like, yeah, very, very much the way that King has been tackling these kind of characters throughout his run, which is fantastic. You should be reading Tom King's Wonder Woman. It is pretty heavy, but if you're down for that, it's really good.
But the backups add a little bit of levity in the end.
The backups have been like literally the perfect counter to the heaviness of the main issues. Plus, there's an issue where Superman and Wonder Woman buy Batman a birthday gift, and it's lovely.
Yes.
So read it for that, if nothing else. Anyway, moving on to our second to last story today. This is forgot the name again. A parting gift by I'm going to butcher the name, Zipporah Smith, I believe.
Yeah, Zipporah Smith.
Okay. Anyway, so Swamp Thing. I'm a big Swamp Thing fan.
Yes, you are.
I'm a big Swamp Thing fan, and I didn't know what to expect going into this issue. And the second I saw anything even remotely involving a swamp and some vines grabbing onto a dead body,
was like, wait, are we doing Swamp Thing shit?
I lost my fucking mind, son. You have no idea. Oh my god, and it's fucking beautiful too. Oh my god. I
was reading this on a break at work, but I was like, I didn't want to I forgot to text her. I'm like, oh, Joe is gonna go feral for this.
yeah.
And
I did. You're right.
Another sort of contemplative one.
So
a man is dead, and he is being consumed by the swamp.
And Swamp Thing has given this man a gift, sort of. First off, this man is dead because he was looking into some corrupt business that caught wind of his investigation, and they killed him for it, and his body fell into the swamp. And so what Swamp Thing has done for him is he has sort of preserved his body and made his body part of the green, and it will live for a short time, and Swamp Thing will let this man's loved ones know where he is, and let him be part of the green. I really love that idea. It's really cool. Also, another story where they don't quite say where it is supposed to take place, because I think art-wise it kind of looks like Alec Holland's Swamp Thing, but there is also a new Swamp Thing currently from.
I know there are multiple Swamp Things.
Yeah, but the current Swamp Thing from the Ram V run recently, which is also another fantastic run that everyone needs to read. Could be him as well, but it looks more Alec Holland if I were to guess.
Yeah. I mean, again, yeah, it's. I mean, honestly, in 10 pages, it's a reflection on death and the circle of life.
It is touching, and also the art by Carl Mostert is.
I think the art makes it. I think the art, the writing, the script, great script, very good script. But I think the art is elevating.
That two-page spread in particular with the vines connecting all the panels. I love that. Just a gorgeous story. God, I would almost recommend this issue to anyone just for these 10 pages out of the 70 odd pages that are already here. Yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, that's just I love Swamp Thing. I you know this. And I think I know you enjoy Swamp Thing from like a little bit that we've read of him.
I mean, the one volume of more Swamp Thing we read was one of the books that I've rated very, very highly.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, we finished today on Henchman by Harikana. It's our black and white story for this one. You had mentioned to me actually before recording that it is actually kind of similar to a previous black and white story we've read in this.
It wasn't a black and white story. It was one of those stories that was just in the regular book. Wasn't it?
Oh, it should. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. That's right. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I mean, it's still cool. It was good. But I think comparatively, given the sheer quality of previous black and white stories and the sheer quality of a lot of the other stories presented in this issue alone, probably the weakest of this particular.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not bad. It's solid.
I do love the opening, the asking Batman for coffee, and he's like, "How do you like your coffee?" And Batman's like, "Black." And it's like just stupid little joke, but I love it.
It's a henchman musing with Batman, discussing the henchman's faults.
He got his wife killed by being involved with these other villains, and so like he does actually choose to like make right in the end, and I like the actually final panels that this story ends on, and it's a cool little story. It doesn't do too much for me, but it's really good. It's a good time. Maybe not a good time. It's kind of dark, but you take my meaning. But yeah, I guess that does it. Yeah, cool. What a great issue we had this time. Holy shit. I mean, not that they haven't mostly been great issues, but this one, I love when like almost every single story in one of these issues is like just perfectly suited for me. I really love.
Yeah, I mean, well, I will say there is of course the anthology. I don't want to say problem, but the issue of sometimes some stories aren't quite as good as
and it's just being an anthology, not everything is suited to everyone. I'm sure stories that I haven't liked from this particular run are great for other people as well. That's not not to say that they won't do something for anyone at all. But I loved pretty much everything in this particular issue.
It's been really good.
Great stuff. Yeah, so very excited to see what we have going forward. Excited to see more about Artemis next time, and excited to see what stories come about with now that Mother's Day is over. So, not that I wouldn't take infinitely more issues of Mother's Day.
I looked up what's coming up next time for the main story. It's not a Batman story.
Oh?
It's Nightwing and Deadman.
Oh, I am so down for that.
And I think Kelly Jones is being advertised as doing stuff for the book.
I am so unbelievably down for that, Jacob. Oh man, holy shit. Anyway, in the meantime, check out other things that we do on the channel, other one-shots that we have. We've been covering Superman by Joshua Williams, which is
next week. We'll be getting the Superman House of Brainiac special.
Yep.
I thought it was this week. It is not.
It is not this week, but it's next week. Hey, there are 5 Tuesdays in April. What are you gonna do? But yeah, check that out when that comes out. We're currently in a big crossover event with Action Comics, so we're covering the Action Comics issues as well. Not the tie-ins, because that's Green Lantern and Power Girl. And the Green Lantern, as far as I know, is like only in the backup stories. So it's a whole thing. But check those out. We've also been covering, as we already mentioned, Tom King's Wonder Woman, which has been fantastic. Check out those issues, those videos on that, and check out the main podcast, Fresh Face Comics. We are currently releasing. We just actually finished releasing our block of Wonder Woman stories. We're almost with the George Perez run, and now we're moving into some Jeff Johns Green Lantern. We're getting back to that next time. So that'll be coming out soon. We're coming up on Blackest Night really soon. So be sure to check all that out when that comes up. And I guess until next time, this has been Joey Morgan
and Jacob Lickliner.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.